Hello, music fans. So I'm back continuing my series of favorite bands that start with each letter of the alphabet, and today the letter is B. My favorite band that starts with the letter B is Between the Buried and Me, and I'm showing their album Colors, which is my favorite of theirs, but they have a lot of great albums. Really, all of their albums are great. You can't go wrong with it. They're a progressive metal band. And then my second pick for today for the letter B is the classic The Beatles. My second favorite band with the letter B to start their name, and that album is Abbey Road, my favorite of theirs. Now I've got there's other great bands that start with B as well, so I'm going to rattle off a bunch of honorable mentions that I was thinking about today. Some other great bands that start with B. If you like the progressive metal stuff, if you're a fan of Between the Buried and Me and want to explore more like that, there's some other progressive metal bands that start with B. One of them is Byzantine. They're kind of like on the groove metal side and of progressive metal, and they're really good. If you like basically like Lamb of God meets Prog, I would recommend Byzantine. And more on the prog metal side is Bad Salad. I have their album here. They're more like similar to Dream Theater, more the virtuoso playing kind of prog metal band. Very heavily inspired by Dream Theater. And another good prog metal band that starts with B is Black Crown Initiate. And if you want to explore something a little different, I've got a punk rock band here, Billy Talent, that starts with B. They're Canadian. So if you like punk rock with some post-hardcore influences, some pop punk, alternative rock, emo kind of hints in there. They have really cool guitar parts, really catchy vocal melodies and harmonies. Just a really solid band. For something different, how about some metalcore? If you like metalcore, a good band that starts with B would be Bullet for My Valentine. I like their first album, The Poison. I like their second album, Scream Aim Fire. I like their third album as well. So I like their first three a lot. They kind of lost me a little bit after that, and not as big on them anymore, but those first three albums of theirs are pretty solid. If you want a different kind of metal, if you want some melodic death metal, how about the Black Dahlia Murder, which is a really awesome melodic death metal band. Lots of crazy fast guitar playing and riffing, high-pitched screams, low growls, a wide variety of screaming vocals in that band. What if you want something that is not metal at all? You want some more artsy rock stuff. There's some good art rock bands that start with the letter B. Blackfield is a band that has Steven Wilson in it, and most Steven Wilson projects are interesting and worth checking out, so I'd recommend Blackfield. Another great art rock band that starts with B is Bent Knee. And then if you want some indie rock, are they considered indie rock? Bon Iver is a good band. I'm going to Google what they're considered. Indie folk, indie pop, indie rock, experimental pop, soft rock, folktronica. Really interesting band. All their albums sound pretty different from one another, but they all have that indie and folk influence. Some of them bring in electronica and have auto-tune, but used in creative ways, unlike what you'd hear on like pop radio. So really good indie rock band there, or indie folk band, Bon Iver. And last band that starts with the letter B that I would want to mention today, I'm sure there's a lot more that I forgot to mention, but another one that comes to mind is the inventors of heavy metal, Black Sabbath. Can't not mention them. really great band. And that's it for this video on the letter B. Stay tuned for the letter C next. Peace out.